फर्क पड़ता है।
And together.
कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो भारी राय। Nothing to do, nowhere to go. देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो। ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We are having this session Gita for everyone in 5 sessions. So, we will take 5 aspects which are essential for leading a purposeful, meaningful, and fulfilling life. Life should be such that there are no regrets, there are no loose ends left to be tied afterwards. Then the life is fulfilled. And how this is possible is the theme of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We must know the reference where Bhagavad Gita is brought to us. It is not just a random book, like we have got novels. So that novel is written by somebody as a piece, or like Bhagwan Shankaracharya has written, Vivek Chudamani. He just wrote it for the seekers. That's it. No reference to something great. But when we study Bhagavad Gita, the reference is, it is a part of Mahabharata, the greatest epic. In our religion, there are 5 sources of knowledge. First is called as the Shruti. Shruti is Veda. Shruti means heard. In Vedanta and Adhyatma, it is Shravanam, listening, not reading. Many of us have got this notion that I want to read this, I want to read that. Read, it's good for time pass. But the real impact happens when you listen. Listening changes. Listening makes the things go deep in our system. Listening involves our 100% attention. Listening is the only way wherein we have got water here. Listening is the only thing wherein we are fully available. See? It is not an action that we do. For example, you all must have done it in life. Whenever we do anything mechanically, our attention, our involvement is not required. Anything you do mechanically. Like, you are all drivers here, drive the car. Initially, you have to be very careful. But after some time, when it has become one with your system, then you keep on seeing the traffic and talk to the people, answer the phone, everything. Everything is mechanically happening. Whenever our life becomes mechanical, we lose the charm in life. Life should not be mechanical. This I learned. I am not done. I am trying to emphasize the meaning of spiritual life according to Bhagavad Gita. So we have to learn. Learning involves our full attention. When any action is repeatedly done a number of times, your attention is not required. And then there is no involvement and there is no benefit. So, many people you must have seen, they do the japa. Initially, when you chant Om Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, with full attention. But then we are lost in completing the mala. Om Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram. Finally, because you are mechanical. Anything you do mechanically, charm of life goes away. This principle I learned in a factory when I saw one of the workers. He was on a lathe machine and something has to come on a conveyor belt. He has to take it and give only one operation. So when I saw hundreds of them, I asked, I said, hey, since how many years you are doing this? Oh, Maharaj, I am doing it for last 23 years. So if you are talking to me, is it not disturbing you? He said, no, I have been doing it. Even without opening the eyes, I can do it. It's so mechanical. I said, are you enjoying it? Whenever you do anything mechanically, you cannot enjoy. He said, I don't enjoy, but what is the option for me? I had to take care of my children, everybody. I have to work. I said, then leading such a mechanical, uninspired life like a machine, like a robot, how do you live? You know what he told me? He said, I'll tell you the truth. When I go home, straight away, Desi, open the bottle and the liquid spirituality starts. So when he told me, I said, okay, keep it up. Enjoy life. I went ahead. The owner of the factory told me, Swamiji, I want you to address all our laborers, workers here, that they should not drink. They are wasting a lot of their money. I said, hey, look here. If I am in their place, I will also do the same thing. See, we are human beings. We cannot live mechanically like a machine. And this is exactly what happens. Whenever our life is mechanically lived, the charm of life goes away. See? Then गम उठाने के लिए मैं तो जिए जाता हूं, मरो फिर. See? We are not here to suffer, and therefore we have to clearly understand life should not be mechanical. And for that, when we talk about Bhagavad Gita, it should not be mechanically chanted. Dharma Kshetra, Kuru Kshetra, Ayodhya, Mamaga, Pandava, mechanically doing it. And they go on rocking like this, you know. If you keep the chili below them, chutney will be ready. Bhagavad Gita, purified chutney ready. Nothing should be done, lived mechanically in life. We have to learn to get involved 100%. And that 100% involvement is possible when knowledge is given predominance rather than action. Actions don't require 100% attention after some time, but knowledge requires. Therefore, chanting mechanically is an action. Talking is karmendriya. So I am talking to you, it is an action. Knowing is not an action. Knowing is an experience. See? So, Bhagavad Gita is not a mechanical book, but it has a reference. Reference you all know. All efforts were made to stop the war from happening, but it was ultimately unavoidable. Up to here, general Mahabharata goes. You know the story. So, tomorrow the war has to start. This evening, all the warriors came to the right area, and Bhagavan Krishna and 5 Pandavas, they were in a tent like this. And briefing what is going to happen from tomorrow onwards. That very moment, Sanjay, a representative messenger from Dhritarashtra, the blind king, the Kauravas, he comes and he talks to all of them. And he is very much respected, known for his greatness, Sanjaya. So when Sanjaya comes, he is received with respect and reverence and given a seat. How come you have come here? He says, your uncle has sent me that my children are gone case. They don't listen to me. But you are good people. You are following the path of dharma. My children, I can't do anything. I am helpless. And because of this, the war is happening. You can understand. You are wise. You are sincere. You are good people. And therefore, at least for the benefit of our own clan, Pandavas were equally Kauravas. They belonged to the same clan. They were not different. Therefore, you withdraw from the war. Instead of killing our own people, go back. You have the capacity, establish another kingdom. When this was told, Bhagavan Krishna was there. He said, Pandavas, may I talk on your behalf? How can they say no? Suppose I ask you, do you all love me? You will not say no, although you don't. For the formality, you say yes. Isn't it? So Bhagavan Krishna asked this question. Yes, please. Then he said, look here, the war has to happen. Please go and tell your blind king, no option. Thank you very much. Didn't allow them to discuss or think about it. He went. Thereafter, what happened to these 5 fellows? Yudhishthir, the eldest brother, he was having the best principle of living life. I am telling you Bhagavad Gita. Best principle of living life. Plan your work and work your plan. We keep on only planning, we don't work. Or we work without planning and then regret afterwards. In the 10th chapter, Bhagavan Krishna says, Niti Rasmi Jagishitam. Talking about the past is meaningless. All the time, जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन, वो भी गए भाड़ में तुम भी जाओ. Don't bring the past all the time talking about the past. Then about the future, don't worry, but plan your future. So planning the future is plan your future and work on it. See? Therefore, after this was decided, then Bhagavan Krishna, this Yudhishthira, he had no doubt that this war has to happen, so no confusion. He had no problem. Bhima has no problem. Bhima was very clear, in Mahabharata it comes, that he wanted to open the chest of Dushasana, Duryodhana, like we open the fridge, take out the Coca-Cola, like that take out his heart and drink, and he drank it. Bhima was so terrible. Was decided, must be done. Nakula Sahadeva, the twins, they were the most intelligent. You know who is an intelligent person? I am intelligent person. You know how? Where I have to go, when I have to go, I don't think. I tell Shekhar. Shekhar tells me, Swamiji, we have to go this time. Okay. We should not do this thing. I say, okay. Wise person never becomes a leader. Be a follower in life. See, those husbands, those who follow their wife, there is peace in their house. And that husband, that family, where both of them are leaders, there is only a Mahabharat going on. Become a follower. See how simple it is. Now, when I came to UK, where I am going to stay, I don't think. Somebody thought for me. Where will be the arrangement for the lectures? I don't think somebody is doing for me. What is to be done with my clothes? How to wash them? I don't think somebody does for me. What kind of food I am going to get? I don't think somebody does for me. How comfortable life is. The ultimate is why think somebody thinks for you. You relax. This is a Maha Mantra. Don't become tense. See, it is said, you know, तबला and दिमाग हमेशा चढ़ा के नहीं रखते. Whenever there is a need, then you tighten it, isn't it? Tuck, 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 so that the right music comes. But after the job is done, relax it. In the same manner, when required, be alert. Otherwise, relax. Why worry? See, this Nakula Sahadev, they belong to this category. They knew our eldest brother is the wisest one. When we are following him, why think? If he says fight the war, we'll fight the war. Don't, we'll come back. Then relax. Friends, take this principle of relax. All the time tense, tense. Don't be tense on any issue. Relax. See? So, four of them sorted out. Yudhishthir, Bhima, Nakula, Sahadev. Now, what happened to Arjun Singh? Arjuna started thinking when it was not required to think. Unwanted thinking, that becomes our second nature. And such people cannot keep quiet, non-stop, like a poultry farm inside going on. Cock, 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 cock. Keep quiet, man, cool. See? Arjuna was that brand. Why? He was taking the responsibility of the whole universe on him. See, friends, how this world has to run is decided by the manufacturer. But is it not, Swamiji, as a Swami, your duty to help the people? I said, look here, I have not created them. Why should I worry? Many people are against after me. Swamiji, why don't you start some school and colleges and all that? We will help you, provide you everything. Then you start. Why you ask me? No, but why other people start? I say, look here, I am very clear. You produce children and I will teach your children. I am not mad. You take care of yourself. We are in this world only for our spiritual evolution. There is no other purpose. See? Now you decide what you want to do. Only purpose is this. As stones and bricks, we were inert. We evolved. We became plants. In plants, in addition to existence, there is principle of life. Plants evolved. They became animals. In animals, in addition to existence and life, there is knowledge. Animals evolved. We became human beings. Now, as a human beings, we exist, life is there, knowledge is there. If we arrest our growth here, we are no way human beings. Something has to be added. And that addition is we are a center of distribution of bliss in this world. So the only purpose of our life is that we become the source of bliss to ourselves and to the world. But instead of becoming the source of bliss to the world, we are blisters ourselves and create blisters around. Therefore, the purpose of our life is only to be one with the divine, no other purpose. So, Bhagwan Krishna knew what is going to happen in the war. He could have stopped the war, but that was necessary to happen. Friends, nothing happens in this world uncalled for. Everything is a divine plan. See? But Arjuna was smart. And then he started, out of his arrogance, two principles come in our life. One is bitterness, and second is arrogance of success. The bitterness born out of hatred and arrogance born out of perpetual success are two negative qualities in human mind. A person with bitterness can never be happy himself, nor can he spread happiness others. See? And arrogance, we may be able to tolerate failure in our life, but to comply with perpetual success is very difficult. See, friends. And this is exactly what was the condition of Arjun when he was on the battlefield. For earlier 13, 14 years, they were not doing japa and doing sadhana to get the realization. No, preparing to fight the war. Not for a day or two, but years together. So these two negativities were reflected in his character when he tells Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Senayor Ubayor Madhye Ratham Sthapayamechyuta. Hey Krishna, take my chariot between the two armies. I want to see who are those who dare fight with me. See the arrogance. And he knew on the Pandava side, Dronacharya, Bhishmacharya, everybody is there. He knew it. Yet that arrogance. Because Arjuna was never defeated in his life. Therefore, who can fight with me? Let me check. Negativities in life, overconfidence. And second thing, he uses words. One word he uses, the atatai. Atatai means a terrorist who deserves to be killed without trial. So these two negativities are the worst that human mind should not have. When these two things were said, Bhagavan Krishna thought this is the right time for a right operation. And then Bhagavan Krishna took the chariot. He had the option between two armies, anywhere he can take it. But leaving everything aside, he brought the chariot in front of Bhishmacharya, Dronacharya. And having brought, he didn't keep quiet. He keeps quiet, he is not Krishna. He said, you have to fight with your nears and dears. And when this was said, Arjuna saw that, and that one statement, you have to fight with your nears and dears, he became nonplus. From here, Bhagavad Gita begins for you and me. We are all suffering, never because of the enemies. We are suffering because of our nears and dears. See? If some other country attacks our country, we can fight it back. But when our own people are against our own country, how can you fight with them? See, friends. And because of that, when he saw that he has to fight Against his own people, he became nonplus. See, friends, this is the seed of Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, the first chapter is called Arjun Vishada Yogo Nam. How the Vishada or the tragedy becomes the yoga? Is there any yoga? Have you heard ever? Tragedy yoga. There is a Jnana yoga, Karma yoga, Bhakti yoga, Ashtanga yoga, Sashtanga yoga. But there is no tragedy yoga. Bhagavad Gita has tragedy yoga. See? Srimad Bhagavad Gita su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Arjuna Vishada Yogo Nama Prathamodhyaya. How can the tragedy be called as yoga? See, friends, if we are to learn something from Bhagavad Gita, in this manner. Bhagwan Krishna and Arjun were together for how many years? You all know what was the age of Bhagwan Krishna and Arjun at the time of war? Do you know? Bhagwan Krishna was 89 years old and Arjuna was 86-year-old. All the problems in the world are created by the oldies, not by the youngsters. And we all the time talk about, oh, our children should be taught. What? Who can teach? These old fellows. They are themselves destroying the world. See? Therefore, this Arjuna at that age lived so many years with Bhagwan Krishna, but never has even once asked about something higher in life. He was treating him as, hey Krishna, hey Yadav, hey Sakhe iti. See? Calling him, hey, come on, yaar, let's go have a cup of tea with Bhagwan Krishna. Because he was a pal, he was a friend. See, my friends. And then Bhagwan thought, this fellow, he deserves to know the truth. But he is not utilizing his period, his time for this purpose, for what we have come here. So be attentive. We all have gathered here. For what purpose? For knowing something from Bhagavad Gita and how we can apply it in our life so that we grow wise and discover fulfillment in our life. That is the purpose for what we have come here. Remember one of the Mahamantras? Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. Where are we? In Satsanga. When are we? During Satsanga. What should be we? Satsangi. Nothing else. But if I give example of husband and wife, just for a lighter vein, immediately suppose I praise the wife and belittle the husband. Immediately, if the wife and husband are here, they will look. Arey Dambu, I am not talking about you. This is just an example. So a listener is a satsangi, not anybody. With that understanding, if you listen, the whole changes will come in our life. See? So when this situation came in front of Arjun, Bhagwan Krishna told, you have to fight with your guru, with your grandfather, and with your brothers. Come on, go ahead. And when he saw that, he became so frustrated, nervous. सीदंति मम गात्राणि मुखम च परिशिष्यति वेपतुश्च शरीरे मे रोमहर्षश्च जायते गांडीवं संसते हस्तात् त्वक्चैव परिदव्यते न च शक्नोम्यवस्थातुं भ्रमतीव च मे मनः. I am completely paralyzed. I can't even stand properly. That Gandhi Dhanush is slipping from my hand and I am not able to think properly. I am getting completely confused. A warrior who came to fight the war, he says this. And he expected Bhagwan Krishna will join with him. Bhagwan did not. So he says, I don't want to fight this war. I have made a decision. Etan hantumichami gnatopi madhusudana. I don't want to kill them, even if they kill me. He has taken a decision. Now here, one lesson from Bhagavad Gita. When you are extremely happy, never promise anything to anybody. You will regret afterwards. This is what happens with all those who fall in love. That moment only they are happy and they promise something and regret whole life. Whenever you are happy, don't promise anything to anybody. Number one. Number two, when you are angry, don't discuss anything with anybody. Go away. And third, when you are confused, never take decisions. Arjuna was confused and he took the decision. Etan hantamichami gnatopi madhusudana api trailokya rajasa heto kim numahi krite. Even if I get the kingdom of the three worlds, I don't want to fight this war. Let them kill me. What to talk about this little kingdom of this earth? What a greatness. But was it a wisdom or it was a confusion? And such people, they always ask, you tell, what should I do? One person wanted to talk to me, but I avoided talking to him. He was writing emails to somebody whose email ID he happened to get from internet. And he said, I have done this thing, I have done that thing. I am extremely confused. I have been listening to you, Swamiji, for years together. But now I want to decide whether I should follow the path of sannyasa or renunciation, or I should get married and continue my life. What should I do? So I told him, Yatechasi tatha kuru. Wise people never make decisions for others. You decide. Friends, one of the quality which we have to teach our children, the ability to make decisions in life. For every small little thing, Mummy, should I do? Mummy, should I give one? Imagine a child, 40 years of age, and a mummy, 60 years of age. They are going in a shopping mall, and that child, 40 years, holding the finger of the mummy and telling, Mummy, Mummy, should I buy that necktie for me? No, beta. You require only that, food dripping towel here. Learn to make decisions in life. You can learn only if you make mistakes. See? Somebody approached Bhagwan, this Swami Vivekananda, one young boy. He said, I want to follow your path. Tell me what I have to do. He was asked, did you speak lies any time in your life? No. Go and speak lies and see what happens. And then come to me. See, friends, life is complete when it has got all the shades. Goody, 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 goody. They become bonsai. Bonsai are beautiful only inside your house. You plant them outside. Even if a mosquito comes and sits on them, the branches break. No strength inside. See? So, when Arjuna was doing like this, he wanted support and appreciation from Bhagwan Krishna. He did not say anything. Then he started justifying. Friends, three things try in life. Number one, we don't have to prove anything to anybody in this world. We are answerable to our own conscience. Our whole life is a struggle. We want to prove something to somebody. Who wants to know about you? Be yourself, relax. We get so excited. See? So, we don't have to prove anything to anybody. Second thing, we need not justify anything. These two things tell our strong personality. See? Actually, I was coming, but you haven't. Who asked you? One of our Mahamantra is there. Who asked you? Because whenever we justify or whenever we want to prove something, there is an element of guilt in our mind. Guilt in the mind is the worst human disease. See, in old age, these two things torture old people. I am referring to the Taittiriya Upanishad. It's not from my head. Taittiriya Upanishad very clearly tells. In the old age, these two thoughts, Kimahagam sadhuna karavam, kimaham papam akaravam iti. When I was young, why I did not go the right way? Now it is too early for the next life. And when I was young, why did I go the wrong way? Nobody knows, but I tell you, when I was studying this Upanishad, many years before, 40, 50 years, 60 years before, I was thinking how it is possible. Who can have the regrets and all that in the old age? That time I was young. Then, when I started moving around world, in some place I went, and one person asked me, this old man, 80 not out, he asked me this question. Swamiji, I want to confide with you something. I said, okay, tell. But I said, if you have got doubt, don't tell. No, you give examples. I said, I'll give this example, but not tell your name. Don't worry. And he asked me this thing, Swamiji, this particular thing, which I did when I was young, maybe about 16, 17 years of age, I can't get rid of it. I don't know what to do. Whenever I sit anywhere, suppose I am sitting for my prayers, I remember that. What should I do? I said, look here, I am going on such and such day to Haridwar. You come there. And when I am taking bath in Ganges, you should be there. And then I will play some trick with you. He came. And I said, now I'll put your head below the water. Whatever is bothering you, you think of it intensely, and with your right nostril close, with left nostril below the water, think of that and slowly relieve it. So, like bubbles, all that will go out of your system. I did it 3 times. After that, now don't talk. Go away. And then, maybe after 6 months or so, somewhere on the airport, he met me. He said, Swamiji, do you remember me? I said, I have forgotten God. Where will I remember human beings? No, actually, I came there and you put me in the water in Ganges and this. Yes, then. Now I can tell you with confidence, I am carrying no regrets in my life. See, friends. Regrets are like a bad example. Regrets are like a leukoderma spot on the face of a most beautiful girl. See? You may have everything, but if you have guilt, regrets in life, that kills us. And this is what Arjuna was slowly developing. See? And such people then start talking about philosophy. You know what is the difference between philosophy and wisdom? In BITS Pilani, I used to go there for talks. So the vice chancellor was my very good friend. He became afterwards. He knew me earlier and he knew me only once. And he told me, please give some talks to our students on something like religion, philosophy, spirituality. So I gave 3 talks. And the conclusion of the 3 talks was, in religion there is no God. In philosophy there is no wisdom. In spirituality, both God and wisdom coexist. See? So, what is philosophy? Philosophy is wisdom made available to others free of cost. And what is wisdom? Practicing the philosophy in one's life is wisdom. See? Therefore, Arjuna was talking all philosophy in the first chapter. That if this war happens, all the ladies will be killed, then external forces will come, and then there will be crossbreeding, and after the crossbreeding, new generation will be all mixed blood, and then there will be no pindadan, no puja, no pothi. Then all our dead people, they will go to hell because pindadan is not done. Oh God, this is all going to happen because of me. See? When we start thinking in a wrong way, we end up in a terribly wrong conclusion of life. See? If I kill all of them, as if they are available, please kill us. They may kill you, man. See, friends. And then he expected that Bhagavan Krishna will appreciate his philosophy. See, Arjuna is such a nice person. He doesn't want to kill even the enemies. In South Africa, we were in a place where Mahatma Gandhi was thrown out of the train. That is Peter Maritzburg on the railway station. So we were there, and in the evening, after our satsang was over, we were sitting together for dinner. One Gujarati asked me this question, Swamiji, Mahatma Gandhi said, if somebody gives you one on your cheek, show him the other. What does it mean? It means show now, beat him, not me. That is the meaning. Don't show your face. If you are showing your face, you are dumb. That is not the meaning. In the same manner, what Bhagavan Krishna said is this way. Don't think you are responsible for the whole world. Take care of your life. See? It's so important, my friends. And when Bhagavan Krishna did not yield, not a single word of sympathy or appreciation, then Visridya Sasaram Chapam Shoga Samvigna Manasaha. He gave up his Gandiva and everything, and he got down of the chariot and frustrated. This is the picture of Bhagavad Gita on the front page. Behind that picture, this is the whole story. Now you can imagine, to such a frustrated, gracefully disgraceful, to such a warrior, to bring him out of this commotion, it is not a simple job. See, you see, many people are depressed, take drinks and drugs and everything. I'll tell you 2 examples. There was one lady in one of the international yoga conference. After my lectures were over, she was going back to USA. She was from USA, and said, I want to have some input from you. I am writing a book on mind, but now I have to catch the flight. So I'll call you. I said, okay. She called me. When it was night in India, I said, at night I don't talk. I am on Maunam. So call me when it is day here. Next day she called. And she said, I want to know the views about mind according to our Western approach and your Indian or Oriental approach. I said, I'll summarize in 2 sentences and thereafter no discussion. You do whatever you like. Western approach talks about the unhealthy conditions of the mind. And we talk about the infinite potentialities which is dormant in every mind. This is the basic difference. So when you take the mind as a disease instrument, you'll be talking only about drinks and drugs. So Arjuna was under that depression, frustration. Another example I'll tell you. This happened in Jaipur recently before I came out of India. After my talk was over, in a new place the talk was organized for the first time by a friend. And some posters here and there. And one person was coming for talks all the 7 days. On the last day, when he was doing namaskar to me, he held my feet and was crying. I said, hey, don't put your tears on my feet. You have to wash them after. I don't like dirty things. Swamiji, I tell you, you have helped me. So what for? I came out of the house to commit suicide. But I don't know, I saw your poster and I thought you told me come. He him say imagination. I don't go and do all these rubbish things. And therefore I came for the lecture. And last 7 days I am listening. Now I am out of my depression. I am going to live with the full zest now onwards. I have done nothing. Bhagavad Gita. That Bhagavad Gita which can bring out Arjuna from his chaos can also help us if we follow the instructions given. See, friends, no drinks, no drugs. Work on your mind. All the problems are only mind related. There is no problem in the world. Problems are in our own mind. Therefore, to that depressed, dejected, frustrated Arjuna, Bhagavan Krishna has to deal. Then how he dealt with? After the first chapter is over, second chapter begins. And Bhagavan Krishna did not talk to him the language of compassion and love. No. He gave him left and right. See, imagine you are going somewhere and in an open gutter, one of your friend is lying down, drunk, over drunk. And he is your friend. Will you talk to him philosophy? You belong to such a great culture. Your parents are so great. Nobody in your family. Will you talk to him? Will he understand? What we will do with him? Pull him out with his necktie. Necktie has got only purpose to fish out. Otherwise, there is no other purpose. You cannot wipe your nose. It is hard. See? You cannot wipe your face. It is so small. Then for what it is? It is only for this purpose. That when somebody falls down, fish him out. Comes out. So, and give one. Then he say, what happened? Put him in a taxi and send him home. And after going home, next day, what will he say? Thank you, dear. You helped me. What was the help? Give one hard. Same principle Bhagavan Krishna did. Arjuna was in that mess of confusion, self-created confusion. Friends, don't seek pity from the world. Don't seek compassion from the world. Don't seek appreciation from the world. Be confident what you are. Our struggle is this. We try to prove something. After death, people should talk about me good. Forget about death. Lively live. That is important. So to that frustrated Arjun, Bhagwan Krishna started in the second chapter. क्लैब्यं मास्मगम पार्थ न एतत्त्वयि उपपद्यते क्षुद्रं हृदय दौर्बल्यं त्यक्तोतिष्ठ परन्तप. Hey Arjun, Parantapa is the address to Arjuna. Parantapa means Paran, enemies. Ripun, Tapayati iti Parantapaha. The one who is a terror for the enemies is a Parantapa. So first of all, Bhagavan Krishna brings out the hidden potentiality in him by addressing in a right manner. Many times, people have got this notion. Call other people always in a negative way. You are dumb, yaar. You are useless. Slowly, slowly, they become like that. There was one girl in Pune, and her mother was this. Indian mothers are very terrible. So she was like that. Every time, knocking or telling something or the other to that child. When I went to their house, that girl was about 20 years or so. And the mother was cooking or something. So she told, hey, give water to Swamiji. After I wash my hands, I'll come and talk. So she took a glass. Don't dash it anywhere. Take it properly. 20-year-old girl. Don't dash it anywhere. Take it properly. And after that, she dashed somewhere. It failed. See, I told you 100 times. And the girl was cool. She says, Swamiji, I have become expert. Whatever mummy tells, it happens. Next day, she was going to work. Swamiji, today is my first day. I am going to my work. I am going on my scooter. And for the first day, I am putting on saris and all that, How do I look? I say, hey, you look very beautiful, very nice. But you go, but don't tear the sari and come back. Evening, she came back. Sari was torn. Constantly telling you are dumb, you are fool, you are idiot, is a very negative approach in life. So, hey Parantapa, you have the potentiality. See? Then, second word he used, Klaibhyam Masmagama. Don't yield to impotency. Klibata means impotency. Impotency technically means lack of inspiration. Whenever we begin our day in an inspired mode, success is guaranteed. Whenever we begin our day in a negative mode, Pata nahi, I am getting up, nothing will happen, I guarantee. See? Inspiration is a catalytic agent which can be applied to every expression of life. Like a catalytic agent doesn't get used, it can be used again and again. Exactly the same way. Ordinary student and an inspired student. Difference. Ordinary husband and inspired husband. Is there such a species in this world? Yes, there is. Ordinary teacher and inspired teacher. Inspiration brings out the hidden potentiality in us to its peak. See? Klaibhyam masmagama partha. Arjun, don't yield to impotency. Start your day in an inspired mode. Not again, oh God, again one day has come. Again I had to live for 24 hours. This is what happens with many old people who are frustrated. They have nothing there to look forward to in their life. Therefore, one of the most important principles, never retire in life. Keep yourself occupied. If possible, produce wealth till the last moment. But many people have got it. Swamiji, now I had done something, now I want to retire. And what will you do retiring after that? Convert a nice food into garbage? What next? Not a single day should be unproductive in life. See the joy. See? Therefore, Klaibyamasamagamapartha, live every moment in an inspired mode. Na etatvai upapadyate, kshudram hruday daurbalyam. This negativity is in you, should be rejected. See, those who are negative in their thinking, even God cannot help them. And after that was told, then Bhagavan Krishna start telling him common sense. That which is most uncommon is called as common sense. So, whatever Arjuna has raised the question, there Bhagavan Krishna starts answering him. First common sense. That gatasu na gatasuscha nanu shochanti panditaha. You are talking like a wise man. That if the war happens, so many people will die, there will be bloodshed, and this kingdom will be smeared with the blood of our all nears and dears. Oh God, what a terrible thing is happening. So he was talking philosophy. As if Bhagavan Krishna didn't know that on the battlefield, there is no bloodshed. It is going to be a milkshake. He knew it. But whenever we are frustrated expression of wisdom is philosophy. And it is for others. Wisdom is practiced by oneself in life. Philosophy is for others. See? Therefore, this gatasu na gatasuscha nanu shochanti pandita. Ashocha nanva shochastvam pradnya vadavscha bhashase. Bhagavan raises a question. That which is not worthy of regrets, that which is not worthy of crying, shok, is not worthy. Ashocha nanva shochastvam. And pradnya vadavscha bhashase. And you are talking like a wise man. See, in Bhagavad Gita, there are 108 jokes. If you have the WQ, you know WQ? Wit quotient. There is a difference between American humor and British humor. American humor is dumb. Somebody will throw the skin of the banana and other will go and he'll fall down. Hey. You can see the videos there. American uh, humorous video, American joke videos, series, all dumb. There was one retreat in Ananda Himalayas many years before, and one person who came from here also, and I don't know because I don't see the TV, I don't know anybody. So our retreat was going on very well, and one girl said, Swamiji, please take my photo with this man. I said, okay, stand. I took the photo. Do you want to take photo with him? I said, I have no problem. Take note, it doesn't make any difference. Do you know who is he? I said, I don't know. He is a human being. That's enough for me. He is the best TV anchor and he is most humorous and most popular in UK. I said, hey Maharaj, excuse me, I do not know. Pardon my ignorance about you. You are so great. I am happy that you have come over here. He said, Swamiji, you don't tell jokes. You have wit and humor like Britishers. He said, British people have wit and humor. They don't have jokes. Jokes are very low level. Bhagavan Krishna did not cut jokes. It was wit and humor. What is wit and humor? You are talking like a wise man. What does it mean? You are behaving like a fool. This is wit and humor. Therefore, ashochananvashocastvam prajnavadamscha bhashase. Talking like a wise man. And who is a wise man? Gatasuna gatasuscha nanu shochanti panditaha. Asun means life. Asun pranan. Gata asun. When somebody dies, the ignorant people cry. When somebody doesn't die, then also ignorant people cry. You must have seen. He should not have died, but he died. But this fellow should have died. He doesn't die. Ignorant people are miserable for both the cases. When somebody dies, they are miserable. When somebody doesn't die, they are miserable. Wise people are not miserable for anybody's death or no death. And you are talking like a wise man. Therefore, rise above these wrong notions and wrong approach to life. Gatasu na gatasuscha nanu shochanti pandita. Thereafter, Bhagwan Krishna starts giving him common sense Upanishad. On the second chapter, we have a publication, and in that book we have written Common Sense Upanishad. It's a commentary on second chapter of Gita. And it's so common sense. One common sense, then we'll conclude. Matra sparshastha kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkhada agama apayina anityam tantitikshasva bharata. Hey Arjun, any experience gathered by coming in contact with the world through sense organs or the mind, any experience which is thus created by us and the world together have got only two results. One is joy or sorrows. But both of them have got the same story. They begin in time, they remain for some time, they end after some time. Therefore, they are temporary. For the temporary events, for the temporary experiences to become permanently miserable is not the way of the wise. Now, what can be more simple common sense than this thing? Yes, something good or bad happens in life. Go through. What cannot be cured should not be endured. That is the poverty of English. What cannot be cured should be endured. No, it should be enjoyed. Conversion of endurance into enjoyment is the creed of Bhagavad Gita. Friends, accept the things gracefully, cheerfully, happily. Then we are following Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, all the time crying and frustrated, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. He doesn't listen. I tell you very frankly. He told me, you keep on talking. He's busy with his Radha and Murali. Keep on talking. Who listens to you? You know, the most miserable God is Bhagwan Ram. All the time, everybody eating his head. Ram, 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 Ram. He comes, come on, what do you want, dear? Who is listening to him? Ram, 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 mechanical Ram, Ram. What do you want? Ram, 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 Ram. Now see this small child. If she goes to her mother and constantly keeps talking, Mummy, 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 Mummy is busy. Mummy, what do you want? Mummy, Mummy, what do you want, darling? Mummy, 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 Mummy. What she will do? You want? Chub. Exactly the same way. Ram, 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 Ram. Eat the head of Bhagwan. He will say, Hanumanji, chew. Don't eat his head. Listen to him. He is constantly talking to you. The one who talks to you is the conscience. That is the truth. Right now, I give you this. I know this is wrong, but yet I do it. The one who knows this is wrong is the divine. Yet I do it is you and me. Listen to your own conscience. See, my friends, don't push the God far away from you. He's 24/7 with us. Whatever we do, action is known to him before the action is performed. Whatever we talk, before we talk, he has already heard it. Whatever we think, before we think, he knows it. If we remain in tune with his presence, we have learned Bhagavad Gita to a great extent. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.